What up, YouTube? I'm back. So it's been a while. I haven't done a God of High School review in like 3 weeks or something like that, but the last few episodes have been crazy, man. It's been nothing but good, it's been great actually. So let's get right to it because from what we saw in last week's episode, we saw that Jigal actually fought against Ilipio. We saw the end of that fight in this week's episode. We know that in last week's episode, Jiga actually hurt Ilipio's friends, by ripping off one of his friend's arm and one of his friend's leg, So Ilipio was really, really mad. He actually transformed into his nine-tail fox kind of form, and it seems like he can control when he wants to transform into it, which is interesting. One of the techniques that Jigal actually used is called the impoverish, and it's kind of monsters, big ass monsters attacking Ilipio, I thought that was pretty scary, but we really don't know what his power comes from, maybe it's just his ability, his natural talent, but we saw a little bit of his backstory. He was left by his mom. He went to live with other people. We don't really know a lot about him. The only thing that we know is that his mom left him, but he's kind of like his power, his Chiriok is kind of like demon like, I guess. I don't know how he gained that power, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty unique from what we've seen so far in this series. But yeah, the Ilupio versus Jigo fight was pretty good. It wasn't a lot of it, and because of how fast they're fighting, it was a little bit confusing. But it was still a great fight, And obviously, we saw that Jigo actually won, and when he won, the key actually went out of Ilupio's body. I'm wondering how it went into his body in the first place, but we finally got to see what the key is. We don't know exactly what it is, but we got to see what it looks like, and that's how it looks. Obviously, I still got a lot of question about what it is exactly, but I'm guessing that we'll get that in the next episode, which I think is the last episode of the season. We also got to see quote unquote God, I think. I'm not really sure. I'm still confused about a lot of things that is happening in this series, So let me know in the comments down below because one of the things that, I kind of don't like about God of High School is that they don't explain everything in depth like I would like it to be, but it's nothing serious. But there's still some things that I really don't understand in this anime. Anyway, when everyone discovered that the key was actually there, everyone saw that the key wasn't inside, Ilipio anymore. Park Mujin actually teleported everybody but him and the other guys, the adults, uh, on another island, So Mira, Mori, Han, all these guys were teleported so that the villain couldn't actually take, the key. And I thought that was pretty smart. And while all of this was happening on the island, we got to see, Jagal fight Mira and Han. We didn't see how it ended. We only see a little bit of the beginning of the fight, but we got to see Mira use her Chiriok. We also got to know what Han's Chiriok actually is. He can heal. It's like a healing water or something like that. I don't know exactly what he can do with it, but it was pretty interesting. There was also a bit of a battle between Mori and Jago, and during that battle, obviously Jago was beating up Mori a lot, because Mori isn't on that level yet. We saw a little bit of his level, in the tournament against Elipio, but he doesn't really know about his power, so maybe we'll see that in next week's episode. But yeah, man, Jago was just beating up Mori pretty easily, and Ilipio said that during kind of the tournament, he wanted Mori to become stronger to beat Jago. He was pretty much being his teacher while they were fighting for that moment. So I'm guessing that there will be uh, something that comes out of this. But yeah, man, it was pretty interesting to see all of that happening, because it's been a lot, man. The last 3 episodes at least, there's been a lot of shit happening in the episodes, and it's been crazy. Now let's get back to the main event, because the villain, which I don't remember his name exactly, but his goal is kind of weird to me. They don't explicitly tell us what his goal is. The only thing that we really know is that he wants God to be there, or something, his God at least, to be there or do something. We don't know exactly what he wants to do, but I think he said that he wanted to destroy the world or something like that, but we don't know a lot about what his plan actually is, in my opinion. But anyway, man, obviously we got to meet one of the six, Jill Jason, and he's actually the grandfather of the kid that transformed into a monster in last week's episode, that and died. So what he wanted to do was exact his revenge against the main villain, which I didn't know was gonna happen, because we don't know this character very well. We don't know how strong he is, but he's actually really, really strong. He was able to quote unquote destroy God with 2 of his attacks, which is kind of crazy. And he kind of used, the nuclear weapons that the United States, I think, used to destroy that uh quote unquote God, and we see in that shot. I really like that shot because we can see the explosion. It's like a mushroom cloud. I thought that was pretty cool, but yeah, man, I didn't think that he had that in him. It seems like after that explosion, the grandfather actually went down, and then the villain was still up. So that's how strong that villain is. But I didn't know that he had that in him, that the grandfather. So it was really impressive. Now let's talk about Jacob, because he was able to absorb the key at the end of the episode. And at first he turned into a baby with wings, and then transformed into that dude right there. He had a different voice. It seems like he was a different person, so that was quite interesting. He has kind of angel wings, and then he had horns of a devil or something like that. We don't know what he is, but he looks pretty powerful, so we'll have to see how the hell are they going to defeat him, because he was already really, really strong, and now he has the key in him. I'm guessing that the only way that they can really defeat him is by Mori using his hidden power, that we saw a little bit 2 episodes ago. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I can't wait to see what's coming next. I'm kind of mad that I wasn't able to review the last 2 episodes, because they were also crazy. But I'm glad that I did this week, and I'm going to do next week, because God of High School has been way different than I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be a tournament for the first season, and it's been the tournament and then more. So it's been crazy, man. I didn't think that it would be like that, but yeah, it's been really, really great. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below. Let me know what you think is gonna happen next. I do One Piece reviews coming next Saturday, so subscribe for that. I will also be doing Boruto Naruto Next Generation reviews again next Sunday, so stay tuned for that. There's no more Sword Art Online Alicization War of Underworld review, because it's officially ended, so I may be going to do a full review of the Alicization arc in the next few weeks, so stay tuned for all of that. But yeah, man, it's been great. It was a great episode, a great ass episode. So yeah, man, follow me at Anime Specialist on Twitter and Instagram, and like, comment, subscribe. It would help my channel a lot, man. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out. Peace.